and I love art. So I just wanted to welcome everyone. Good afternoon. Here it's afternoon, early evening. So I wanted you guys to imagine this scenario. You're a busy entrepreneur and parent of 3 kids. You've been working hard to grow your business, meet your financial goals, and provide for your family. But as you sit down for dinner with your children, usually rushed, you notice that they seem distant and disconnected. You're scrolling through their phones and they're barely touching their food, not interested in talking with you maybe, and you start to wonder, am I so focused on my work that I'm neglecting my role as a parent? Am I setting a good example for my children by prioritizing my business over my family? And how can I balance my responsibilities as a business owner and as a parent without sacrificing my children's well-being? So as a parent and business owner, it's important to take a step back sometimes, ask ourselves these tough questions, and we need to recognize that our children's emotional and mental well-being is just as important as our financial success. So balancing our responsibilities as a parent and entrepreneur, it definitely can be challenging. But by prioritizing communication, setting boundaries, and being intentional with our time and energy, we can create a healthy and fulfilling life for ourselves and our children, hopefully. So I'm honored to be here today and to talk to you about what it means to be a productive mom. And I am a parent of teens and young adults. So as well as owning and operating multiple businesses and working with families as a teacher and volunteering and having a gallery. It may sound overwhelming, but with the right mindset, support system, and guidance, it is possible to thrive in all of these areas. And you can still grow and develop as a secure woman in 2023. So being a productive mom means being intentional about your time and your energy. And as parents, we're responsible, for the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being of our kids and our children. And it's important to prioritize our efforts to make the biggest impact. And this includes setting realistic goals and working towards them consistently, seeking wisdom and guidance from those that we trust, and of course, looking to authority figures and God's word and being open to learning and growing. So as a parent of teens and young adults, it's important to recognize that our role has probably shifted from when they're little and they're preschoolers or young kids. We have to constantly be around them, guiding them, watching out for what they're doing. Whereas more, it shifts from being the primary caregiver to being a support system and a guide. So our children are developing their own identity and making their own choices, and it's our job to provide guidance and support while still giving them the space to grow and learn from their experiences. So this can be a delicate balance, but with open communication, mutual respect, and trust, we can empower our children to become more responsible and independent adults. So now, owning and operating multiple businesses, like I said, we have a cleaning business, we have a gallery. We're constantly doing events, art events, and looking for other artists to showcase their work in our gallery here in Conway. And we're constantly doing estimates and, doing bids on residential and commercial cleaning properties. So we stay quite busy, but we also try to make time, for our family events as well. So it just adds another level of complexity to our lives, but it can be a source of fulfillment and purpose. So as business owners, we have the opportunity to create something meaningful. We have the opportunity to impact our community and provide for our families. It's important to set those boundaries, though, to delegate responsibilities that we can, and to prioritize self-care, which I'm still, a work in progress on that one, because it's so difficult to let go of some things and to be like, okay, I need to take care of myself now, to avoid burnout, and maintain a healthy work-life balance. So working with families as a teacher and volunteering in the community can also be incredibly rewarding as we have that opportunity to make a positive impact on the lives of others. So not only within our own circle of our own children, but we can impact the lives of many families in the community when we're volunteering or getting involved with others. So whether it's sharing our knowledge and expertise, mentoring young people or young parents, or giving back to our community, these experiences can provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment that can enhance our personal lives and our professional lives. And as we strive to grow and develop as secure women in 2023, it's important once again to prioritize that self-care, seek support from trusted sources, continue learning and growing and working on that self-development. And this could include attending conferences and workshops. I know Islith has a workshop and conference coming up in San Antonio, and then reading books and articles, seeking counseling or therapy, which I think everyone can benefit from that. The most difficult part, I think, would be just finding the right fit for you. And then surrounding ourselves with positive and uplifting people. So as I close, I want to leave you with an encouraging verse from Isaiah 6:8. It's actually my life verse. I chose it when I was about 14 years old. And it says, "Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, 'Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?' Then said I, 'Here am I, send me.'" So this verse reminds us that we're not alone on our journey in this life. God is always with us. He is ready to guide us and use us for his purpose. So my 3 main insights or tips for parents to take away from this is to prioritize your time and your energy, be intentional about setting those realistic goals and working towards them consistently, seek wisdom and guidance from trusted sources like God's word, and then prioritize self-care to avoid burnout. Recognize and embrace your role as a support system and guide for your teens and young adults, and provide guidance and support while you're still giving them space. But also maintain that open communication and mutual respect and trust to empower your children to become those responsible, independent adults. So continuously learn and grow, attend those conferences, read those books and articles, go to that therapy, surround yourself with those positive, uplifting people. And by prioritizing a personal and professional growth, you can then enhance your own life and make positive impact on other people's lives, because you can share what you have been fed and what you gain and obtain from different workshops and conferences, or even if it's a podcast or a book that you're reading, and then you can spread it, you can share it with others. So thank you so much for letting me take the time to join you guys today, and I hope you found some of this informative and inspiring. And remember that with the right mindset, with a good support system, and with guidance, you can continue to thrive as a mom or a parent, or as a parent of teens and young adults from my perspective, while owning and operating multiple businesses, or while volunteering, or while going all the different directions. So let's continue to set those goals, to seek the wisdom, to pursue our passions, because together we can make a positive impact on our families, on our communities, and in this world. So thank you so much, you guys.
That's amazing. Yeah, for sure. I think making sure that you have that time for yourself and for your community, and to be able to volunteer. I think it's definitely important in any, community that you're part of. If it wasn't for those people like yourself, or like everyone who donates not only their time but their resources for the community, it's definitely something that's super beneficial for everyone, not just for their immediate family. So yeah, we definitely commend you for everything that you do for the community, and not only by inspiring them to keep going and keep doing these things, but to do all of everything that you do for the community. So definitely wanted to shout you out. And so thank you for being with us. We do have Leslie. She unfortunately couldn't be with us, but she definitely wanted to still be a part of it. So she sent me her per portion of it. So if you're on Zoom, you can still see it. And then if, of course, if you're on Clubhouse, you'll still be able to see it. So here is hers.
How are you? I am so honored to be a part of this event this weekend. And summits like this are so super important for parents to get together, have some resources, hear from some individuals that might potentially resonate with us, and also help us realize one common piece to everything is that we are not alone. Very often, as parents, as women, as mothers, we find ourselves defined by other people and what they perceive us as and who they've decided us to be. And we can get so lost in that definition that we lose a little bit of touch of who we are as individuals, not just as mothers and parents and wives and all the things we are to everybody else. Hello again, my name is Leslie Migliorelli, and I am a life and health coach and a special needs mom. I have found myself on this journey, just like many of you, where we were one person to ourselves and who we were defined by prior to becoming a parent. And then fast forwarding some time, we became parents, and some of us then became special needs parents, and then found ourselves defined by that. We fought so super hard, we advocated so super hard, and we very rarely came up for a breath of air. And that is just not good. It's really good to fight and advocate for our children, but if we are not advocating and fighting for ourselves, where does that put us? And very often we sit back and we just don't know how to recognize how we can be more present for ourselves and what are the things that we even want for ourselves. I found myself in that position in 2018, where I kind of woke up a little bit and I realized I was at the most unhealthiest version of myself. I was exhausted all the time, and it didn't mean I wasn't doing what I needed to do for my son, but it definitely meant that I wasn't doing what I needed to do for myself. So if there's anything that I want to share specifically with you all on this incredible weekend celebrating the women in the world, the caretakers, the mothers, the aunts, the grandmothers, everyone who plays a significant role in a child's life, I want to address you and look you in the eye today and remind you that you need to be those things that you are for everyone else for yourself. I want to remind you that this advice that I'm giving you is to breathe life back into your own life. Be present with yourself and remember what it is that you desire, you want. What are you fighting for yourself? And what is it that brings you joy? It is so easy to go through the day and do all the tasks and juggle all the things and do everything for everyone else. But if you aren't putting your needs, your desires, your wants, and the things that bring you joy, you very often are going to find yourself in a place of burnout and frustration and exhaustion. We cannot be who we want to be for others if we are not being that for ourselves, right? How many times have you heard the expression, you cannot, put your oxygen mask on for someone else before you can't pour from an empty cup. And all of those are very, very factual. So today, what I have for you guys is just a reminder, a little bit of advice. I have been there myself. I remember getting the diagnosis for my son, Lucas, which would now be 8 years ago next week, actually. And from that moment on, I was like a pit bull. I was going after the goal of being the best mother I could be for him. And I completely forgot about myself. And when I woke up, figuratively, in 2018, I realized I just didn't even know who I was to me anymore. And over the past several years, I have found who I am. I have breathed life back into myself. And now I can be a better mom to him. I could be a better wife to my husband. But most importantly, I am a better me to me. So I'm so grateful to be with you all today. That is really just the message I wanted to share. You are not alone in your experiences. It is very easy to get caught up in this day-to-day juggle, grind, and hustle for all things parenting, but you can't do all those things if you leave yourself last. So I encourage you today to connect with yourself, put your hand on your heart, feel your heartbeat, feel your breath, center yourself for a little bit, and remind yourself what are the things that bring you joy, and then go do that. And make sure tomorrow on Mother's Day, for all of you celebrating, that you celebrate for yourself in the way you want to celebrate who you are as a mother, because you have the hardest job in the world, and very often you don't give yourself enough credit. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to chatting with you all in the future. Take care, be well, and have an amazing Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah, so definitely wanted to, play her portion of it. Unfortunately, she couldn't be with us because she had mom duties, as most of us do. But yeah, thank you, Maria, for joining us. And she's an amazing mom as well. Claudia Fountain is our co-host, and she's driving at the moment, so she told me she would be a little later. But we are definitely going to cut this a little short. We're going to have more portions of it later on, because I know it's the Mother's Day weekend. We have places to be, family to be with, and so. But definitely wanted to get a little bit of some of you guys on the Clubhouse portion of it, and so thank you so much for your time. I know for me as a mompreneur, spending this quality time with my son is very, very sacred to me. I definitely always try to have at least 20-30 minutes every day of just no screens, no nothing. It's just me and him, just kind of going for a walk, and so I definitely want to encourage any parents out there that they're not taking that time. If you do that 20 to 30 minutes, every day, it's going to make a difference in your relationship with them. They're actually going to listen to you more. They're going to respect you more, because they're going to, see that you actually care about them. So many kids have different love languages, but I think if you just have that effort, that extra effort that it takes to get to know them and get to let them know that you want to get to know them is definitely important, because I know as a mom, you're always thinking to provide, to have them live their best life. But sometimes the smallest things are most important to those kids. That hug, that kiss, that piece of advice, things that money can't buy. Those things are, to me, way more valuable and way more special when it comes to my relationship with my son, because those are values that I'm teaching him. Those are lessons that I'm teaching him that he's not going to have to learn the hard way, or he's not going to have to learn in a way that I don't want him taught. And so definitely wanted to advise all the parents out there to make sure they say education starts at home. That's definitely true. Don't put all of your, how they say, eggs in a basket. Don't let your kids learn things that they need to learn at home from someone else. And so it can be a very slippery slope. And I think that's where, a lot more suffering comes whenever you don't have that guidance. So definitely wanted to encourage all the parents and the moms, and definitely wanted to shout out to all the amazing bilingual community mothers that we have. Feliz Dia de las Madres. It was just the Mexican, Mother's Day. In different countries, they celebrate Mother's Day in different days. And so for my family, we're from Nicaragua. We celebrated a little later in the month, but happy, Mother's Day to everyone, and hope you guys have an amazing time with your families, with your children, and hope that you guys take that step to grow your relationship with your children, and to really truly be present with them. And so my name is Isleth Zeladon. I am a realtor, a publisher, and a podcaster. You're listening to Moving Mountains for You. It's brought to you by Learning Idiom, and authors are us. and we also we partner with a lot of nonprofits in the city too. So definitely wanted to shout out Coho City of Hope Outreach, and the tiny homes that they're doing. They're doing is Hope Village. Since I'm a realtor, the Faulkner County Board of Realtors, gave them $30,000 for one of their tiny houses for these veterans. And so definitely wanted to shout them out, because it's such an amazing project, and I'm excited to see it here in the city of Conway. So, but yeah, anybody that is listening and will listen, definitely, if you feel like you want to share this with your friends, with your mom, with anybody that you feel is going to get value out of this, definitely, share it. We create content for you guys. We create content because we definitely want to be that change of positivity out in there's so much negativity nowadays, that we like to be that little catalyst of being something good to look forward to. And so take care, everyone. God bless. Peace be with you. And always, always remember that you're not alone. God loves you and he's for you. And if you are struggling to be a parent, seek help. Don't isolate yourself, please. And so definitely, like Anna said, get a community, be part of it. And so hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Mother's Day weekend, and take care, everyone. Bye.